If you're a heart-centered thought leader, mission-driven entrepreneur, then I know you are ready and willing to do whatever it takes to help your people get what they need to make transformation in their lives. The people that I work with do that through a book. That's one of the ways that we do that. But I'm guessing you've also thought potentially about creating a course as well. Well, in today's episode of The Written Compass, I'm going to talk to you about 2 new cool tools that you can create and how to create them with a special invitation. It's called a micro course and a mini book. Get excited. This is super fun. You're going to have lots of notes to write down to get you started. So let's dive in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Written Compass. Shana Hartman here, PhD turned embodied writing coach. And I'm excited to be here. It's a little bit of a miracle that I'm here. As you all know, we have lives and things going on and families and business, and it is just all happening right now. And if you know, you know. So I'm taking a breath. I want you to take a breath with me. And we're going to have some fun today because I'm going to talk to you about a recent event that I got the privilege of working with an amazing person on and have just had so much fun doing. And I'm actually going to offer you an invitation. Even if you weren't at this recent event, there's an opportunity that's showing up. And I'm curious if it's for you. So I had the pleasure and privilege of being connected with Kelly Tenney. She's a colleague of mine. We met in a common coaching group that we were both invested in together. And Kelly is really awesome because she has a background in education, just like I do, and particularly curriculum building and creating. And now she has taken those skills from the classroom and she works with thought leaders, coaches, entrepreneurs who, just like me, are very heart-centered, very mission-driven, and she really supports them in creating courses that they can put out and kind of share their core messages from life and business and education in a course. And we got together talking about the idea of the popularity right now of kind of micro and mini content. And so what we did this past week is we had a Launch Your Legacy 3-day challenge where we helped people gather their insights and plans for creating a mini resource, like a mini book, and a micro course, and putting those together to really get themselves out there in a new way, in a light way, in a really easily digestible way. And I want to talk about how we did that and walk you through that. And then I have an invitation. If this is something that piques your interest, then there's an opportunity where you can get our support in actually creating your micro course and your mini book and go into the next end of the year and next year, just like with this most amazing resource behind you. So what we did is we divvied up over 3 days because we're busy, y'all are busy, our people are busy. So we just took 3 days to really dive into what it is that you need to know in order to actually get a micro course and a mini book out. So first, let me tell you a little bit about what a micro course is. So a micro course, we know a lot more now about brain research and just how we digest information. And with social media and all the ways that we can receive information now, people really absorb best in small increments. And so the idea behind a micro course is that you've got 2, 3, 4, 5 small videos that are no more than like 10 to 12, maybe 15 minutes long at all. They might even be 7 minutes. So think short bites of information. That is a micro course where it's around one common topic and you're helping the user, the participant, really dive into something small in a deep way where they can feel a win almost immediately, feel some kind of shift almost immediately. And then similarly, a mini book is a really popular tool. Those of you who have seen my mini book, this is the Year You Write Your Book planning guide on Amazon. Go check it out if you haven't. It's roughly about 30 pages. So a mini book can be anywhere from like 15 to 30 pages of content. And it gets to do a lot of things that can also support your participant in reflecting. There can be open space for people to write in and interact with the content. It might be where you tell a story. You can use images. So we put together this idea of launching your legacy by implementing these two powerful resources and letting them work with and for each other to really support the people that you want to reach. So, what we did was broke it down over 3 days. The first day was around purpose and vision. And we really helped our participants get really clear. And this is the first step you want to do if you're thinking of a micro course and a mini book together, is getting really clear on your purpose and vision. What is that overall so what? How do you want to share it with the world? What do you want? Why do you want this out there? What are you hoping happens? And then we also talked about who is this for? Who would love to serve? Where are they at? What space are they in? And how are these resources going to help them? So that was the first day, and we had such a good time helping and supporting people dive into that. Day 2 was all about the next step, which is really getting clear on your content, your topic clarity. So what we really supported people is asking is, what is that overall outcome? Again, connected to the vision, the purpose, and the ideal client. What is that overall outcome that you are wanting your user, your participant, your client to have? And is it something you want them to be able to do, to know, to understand, to feel, to experience? Really getting clear on what that overall outcome is. And then what is the one thing they need to know or understand in order to achieve that outcome? And then your content comes from, what are the things you're going to need to teach them? What is the breakdown of that? And that's where you can come up with 2, 3, 4, probably 5 at tops ideas and topic breakdown to help teach them that step to get that overall outcome. And then finally, on the third day, we talked about the structure and the details. So we got into, what are the tools and the things that you're using now? Like, are you a person, for instance, that is primarily using, kind of Google Docs or something like that, or YouTube? Are you using Zoom? We want to start with the tools that you're already using and structure your micro course around that. And your mini book, if you're familiar with Google Docs, then use Google Docs. If you're familiar with tools like Canva, then use Canva. But we really wanted to get clear and helped people get clear. You got to get clear on, what are you already using, and how can you tap into that for creating your course and creating your mini book. And then we talked about, like, where do we want this to live? So some people, we really want you to have the path of least resistance. So again, what are your current tools? This can be as simple, if you are a person who has an email list. You can deliver this micro course and this mini book via email through unlisted YouTube links or Vimeo, and through a PDF that you create on Google Drive on a Google Doc. If you maybe have more tools in your tool belt and you've got a member area, maybe you have a Kajabi or a member vault or something similar where people are already accessing information from you, then you can house all of your content there. And ultimately, we want to make sure that people can access this, right? So getting really clear on what's your timeline. When do you want this out in the world? And then walking yourself backwards. Well, I'm going to want to have a few weeks to share it with people, to get them interested, all that sort of stuff. And then walking back from there, I would want to have my content completed, before I start sharing it. So as soon as someone says yes, and they're going to, and they sign up, you're ready to rock and roll and deliver this amazing micro course and mini book. So the amazing thing about a micro course and mini book is, like, it allows you to really focus in and kind of almost go back to your beginner self of your journey in your area of expertise. What was that one thing that was like really a game changer? And how do you break that down for someone so they can have that short, tangible, easily digestible win? That was our goal in the 3-day challenge of Launch Your Legacy. And we had so much fun delivering it. Now, what we are doing is we have invited folks, they've got the blueprint, they got the breakdown, and now they're ready to actually create the micro course and the mini book. So we are inviting folks, and they're stepping right in. We're so excited. And I want to invite you, why not, into the Launch Your Legacy Mastermind. This is going to be, again, kind of a shorter mastermind where we are going to dive right in and support you all along the way through the month of November and December to get all of this content down for yourself. We're going to help you make sure you're clear on your vision and your purpose and your ideal client. We're going to make sure you have ultimate topic clarity and know exactly what you're going to be creating in your videos and what's going to go in your mini book. And we're going to help you make sure you use the tools that you're already using, support you, and actually work with you. Yes, we're going to have working days and give you feedback as you're creating your content so that there's no question about how to deliver it, how to put it together. We are going to walk you through it step by step from idea to publish. It's ready. And we're also going to help you. How does this fit into your current world, your current offerings, the current things that you're doing? Maybe you're new to this. And so this is something where people are going to be a freebie and they opt in to get to know you. Maybe this is a downsell where you start to prepare people for your high ticket offer, or for those who aren't ready, they can step into this lower cost item. Wherever it is, we're going to walk you through that as well to make sure that you are ready to rock and roll, finishing 2022 super strong and stepping into 2023 with this amazing new set of offerings to put out in the world and leave your legacy. If this is something that gets you super excited, then I want to make sure you know all about it. I'm going to drop this link into the show notes, but you're going to head to shanahartman.com/launch your legacy mastermind. Again, shanahartman.com/launch your legacy mastermind. All the details are there. And if you are listening to this on the day that this podcast goes out, I want you to know that there's an early bird pricing. And I am actually fine. I'm making this up as I say it, so you're welcome. The early bird pricing actually ends on the day this podcast comes out. But if you send me a message, you can head to Instagram at @ShanaHartman_. Send me a message and just say, hey, look, I listened to your podcast and I want in on this. You will get that early bird pricing. Okay. We start November 1st. So you definitely need to contact me before then, but that's a little something special that I would love to do for you as a viewer, a listener of The Written Compass. So how do you want to launch your legacy? How do you want to leave your legacy? And how can a micro course and a mini book support you in doing that? I'm super excited about this new little tool. It's just an amazing, fun way to get your content out there. And I'm excited for you to join us. Again, head to shanahartman.com/launch your legacy mastermind to get all the details. See you next time. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Written Compass. If you are enjoying this content, do me a favor and go and review the podcast. This allows me to share and get these messages out to the people who really need them, who we want to read their books in the future. You can also go and share your thoughts and tag me at shanahartman_ on Instagram. Again, this is just a way for us to get connected and share the writing love. And if you know that you are ready to write your book, that message that's been burning inside of you for a long time, then I want to talk to you. My team and I want to talk to you. Head on over to shanahartman.com and click Work With Us. From there, you'll see an application to explore and see if writing your book is your next best step.